spelen zijn er klaar voor. Scorers, zijn jullie klaar? Ladies and gentlemen, audience, are you ready? SS Rotterdam, are you ready?
It's Brazil who get the first point. Vitor Felipe. Very well angled towards the back of the court, over the top of the huge frame of Robert Meeuwsen. That's one way to beat him. Meeuwsen answering back with a big hit of his own right to the back of the court. All the way into the corner, this one. Brouwer off the net, away from Álvaro, Felipe, and lands in to give the Dutch their first lead of the contest. And you can tell already this one is going to be a very close match. It is just one win in their 3 matches of these championships so far for Álvaro, Filho and Vitor Felipe. And that came in straight sets in their opener against Argentina. They've lost their last 2, both in 3 sets against the United States and Spain. And they're down 3-2 in the early exchanges of this one. We saw the serve a problem for these two early on in the pool round, although they weren't punished for it. And it was a problem for their fellow countrymen in the slightly earlier men's match that we've just seen on this court. And the serve for Brazil from Álvaro Filho is right on the money, and the Dutch duo leave it, so it's Brazil who take the slender lead in the first change of ends, 4-3. That time Álvaro Filho was a little short. Same problem for Robert Meeuwsen, so that's 3 of the 4 players on court now who have fired serves into the net. Let's see what Vitor Felipe can do. Big attack hit from Brouwer, deflected away off Vitor Felipe. No separating these two over the first 10 points. That one's long from Vitor. Back-to-back Dutch points. They have the lead 6-5. Let's see if Alexander Brouwer can sort his serve out. Very well angled by Vitor Felipe over the top of the blocker. denied by Meeuwsen. Big block from the big man. He was 4th in blocks over the pool stage of the men's competition, Meeuwsen. 14 in just 6 sets for an average of over 2.3 a set. And the Dutch can't build off that though. We are dead level as the two sides change ends again. Brouwer with the power. And too hot to handle for Álvaro Filho. Alexander Brouwer got absolutely everything behind this one. Felipe angling it very well. Vitor Felipe got the fingertips off the opponent, but found its way inside the court anyway. Brouwer again, really putting it together with those big spike attempts. Off the right elbow of Vitor Felipe. The Dutch edge themselves ahead again. It's a start of a match that's about as close as you can get. And the Brazilians answer back emphatically with Álvaro Filho. Huge blow to him to lose that final 2 years ago at the age of 22 in Poland. Determined to make amends here in the Netherlands. Somehow able to recover that spike from Meeuwsen and recover enough to win the point as well. We've seen some wonderful play from Álvaro Filho over the last 2 points. Brazil retake the lead. Meeuwsen will answer back with a delicate touch. And we're level at 10. Final point now before the technical timeout in this first set. Álvaro Filho denied by Robert Meeuwsen. And what an emphatic way to take Holland into the timeout. That's why he was 4th in blocks in the pool stage. That's the block that gives Brouwer and Meeuwsen the edge heading into the technical timeout. They lead 11-10.
Maar dat doe ik al eigenlijk, hè. Dat moet je even wat doen. Hier nog dit gooien. Ik ga vaker echt voor de keusbal over jou heen. Ja, dat is beter dan weet je. En we blijven zitten.
In Poland 2 years ago, they won 7 of their 8 matches, including the 44-minute gold medal win over the Brazilian pair of Álvaro Filho and Ricardo Santos. And what a tremendous start it has been in defence of their title. They have yet to lose a set. Can those two become the first to take a set off the defending champions? All the indications are they're going to push it as close as possible.
Ja, van Zaken is fantastisch. Spike, Jan, dat ik roepen, jongen. En dan komen ze het veld op.
The SS Rotterdam, the retired cruise ship in the background, providing a pretty good vantage point for those who haven't made it into the arena. It's now the hotel that's accommodating the players and FIVB officials for this venue at the World Championships.
Come on.
They won't be able to recover that one. And Brazil tie level off the back of the technical timeout.
Maar de blokkering van Vitor Felipe was ook uitstekend. Het is 11 tegen 11.
The first team together all the way back in 2009, Álvaro, Filho and Vitor Felipe won silver at the Under-21 World Championships in England. Did so again the following year in Turkey. The edge in front here. This is their first season together on the FIVB World Tour though. They're a young team, both just 24 years of age. They will grow as a pair. It's a huge challenge for them against the defending world champions, and they're rising to it at the moment. The block just out of bounds off Vitor Felipe. These two sides level again. Álvaro, Filho taking off and then just unleashing to get Brazil back ahead. Wonderful technique. Brouwer to Meeuwsen, and the Dutch answer back with authority. Perfectly set, emphatically finished. Álvaro Filho, though, at times looks like he's on a one-man mission to try and take revenge for that defeat in the final 2 years ago. He knows all about these two. Not once but twice, Vitor Felipe at the net, and the Brazilians open up a 2-point lead. As far as this first set is concerned, that's a big lead. They have been point by point so close throughout, and now as we enter the final stretch of the first set, it's Brazil who have the 2-point edge. Brouwer angling it wide, and the Brazilians win the point, so they lead by 3, and they're at the point where they can start to see the finish line in sight in terms of this first set. No surprises that Brouwer and Meeuwsen want to call timeout here to try and slow the Brazilian momentum. You can see that run there. 4 of the last 5 points, the last 3 in a row for Brazil. It's been some time since Brouwer and Meeuwsen put together back-to-back points.
Praten voor ritme als je hem anders wil.
Definitely still suntan weather. Just imagine what it's like for those players on court having to fight in these conditions. The temperature has dropped slightly. It was 5 degrees higher at one point earlier in the day. Incredible conditions for these FIVB Beach Volleyball World Championships. The fans thoroughly enjoying the weather and the occasion, the action on the court. And hoping that Brouwer and Meeuwsen can turn this first set around. Oh, Álvaro Filho is doing it again. Tremendous defense initially to keep the rally alive. And how about this for a finish? Sliced it away to the near side of the court. No chance for the Dutch duo. That got a touch off the blocker from Meeuwsen, and a much-needed Dutch point. Just off the fingertips of Vitor Felipe. Oh, tremendously angled that one from Vitor Felipe. And as Brouwer tried to help it back to Meeuwsen, he couldn't deal with it. The net got in the way. And Vitor Felipe and Álvaro Filho might just get in the way of the defending champions' route to the podium again here. That's what they needed from Meeuwsen to get the crowd bouncing again. They're still down by 3. They could do with a few more like that. Brazil just 3 away. Well, Alexander Brouwer firing the serve way long. And Brazil now need just 2 points. Meeuwsen off the top of the net, but out. The break favours the Brazilians, and they have 5 set points. Just wouldn't drop in time. 5 chances to become the first team to take a set off the defending champions in these World Championships. The first one saved by Meeuwsen. There is still 4 more to come. Would have to be an almighty Dutch comeback in this first. Into the net from Vitor Felipe, so they've saved the first 2 set points. And perhaps planting the seed of doubt in the Brazilians' minds. The timeout will be taken. Brazil leading 20-17, just 1 point from taking a set, and so close, within touching distance of being the first team to take a set off the defending champions since they won the world title 2 years ago in Poland at these championships. And of course, Álvaro Filho, with his old partner in that final, failed to win a set, lost that final in straight sets, 21-18, 21-16. The Brazilians have pushed them a lot further than that here in this round of 32 contest, but back-to-back Dutch points now has meant this is far from a certainty. It would have to be a stunning finish to this second set for Brouwer and Meeuwsen to keep up their record of winning every set in defence of their world title. The Brazilians taking the time now just to try and sort themselves out and make sure they can do what they need to do to get themselves over the line in this one. It's 3 in a row for the defending champions. The great escape in this first set is very much on. There is still 2 more Brazilian set points to come. Somehow kept alive for the second time. Here goes Álvaro Filho to try and win it wide, and it's 4 straight points for the defending world champions. And they have almost got back level from what seemed an impossible position in this first set. 5 set points for the Brazilians. They have failed to take any of the last 4. That finds the line. The Dutch come back cut short, and the Brazilians do what they couldn't do in the final 2 years ago and take a set off Brouwer and Meeuwsen. The defending world champions lose their first set of these world championships. They showed the heart of champions down the stretch to try and come back, but just didn't quite have enough. The first set goes to Vitor, Felipe and Álvaro Filho of Brazil, 21-19. What a first set that was. Álvaro Filho and Vitor Felipe of Brazil take it. Very little to choose between the two sides. A couple more errors from the Dutch team, and that perhaps costing them. They had those errors on serve, but so did those two. Really was very difficult to break that set down and see where it was won and lost, but ultimately the end, it was too much of a run from Brazil for them to come back from, despite those 4 points in a row. And now the fans need to get right behind the defending world champions so that they can remain in the competition. 1 set away from elimination at these world championships. No team has ever won consecutive world championships. Brouwer and Meeuwsen have made it clear that their goal this year is to reach the podium. They are still a long, long way away from that. And it's looking a little further away right now. Wonderfully done from Vitor Felipe. Lofted over the top of the defence into the back court. Superb elevation. And a touch wide from Meeuwsen, so not the best start for the defending world champions to this second set. A second set that they simply have to win to have any chance of keeping hold of their title. Big time finish from Meeuwsen when you felt like they really needed a lift. A 3-0 Brazilian start in this second set would have been tough to take. Meeuwsen getting them back on track. out of bounds, and it's the Dutch team that get the break. Back-to-back points for them. We're level in the second. Meeuwsen has the final say. And there's one of those big blocks again. We saw those two playing with smiles on their faces through the pool stage as they took all 6 sets, all 3 matches. They've got their game faces on here, though. It's much more serious at this stage now. Vitor Felipe over the top of Meeuwsen to the back of the court, ties Brazil level. Brouwer with too much power, deflected away off the fingertips of the blocker. And the Dutch in front at the first change of ends. They are determined and desperate to force a deciding set. Saved by Brouwer, who then helps it over and short, and both of the Brazilians left facing the sands and diving in despair. Tremendous defense from Brouwer. The attack, it just had enough dip on it. First 2-point advantage of the second set for the defending champions. They lead 5-3. They can't think of the pressure, they can't play the occasion, they have to just play the set, play the match, and do what we know they can do. Somehow kept it by Brouwer. Now can Meeuwsen reach it? No. He ran into the edge of the court and couldn't quite get there. Had it not been for the perimeter of the court here, I think he would have been able to reach it and at least try to angle it back towards his teammate. Brouwer with pinpoint accuracy for that one. The Dutch have their 2-point lead back. His attack hits have been very accurate so far today, Brouwer. Well, that one was right in the face. The apologetic hand raised by Vitor Felipe. Taking no prisoners here. Slow motion doesn't really do it justice. It was fired full pout into the face of Brouwer. Off the chest and then into the face. Maybe just took some of the sting out of it. Brazilian serving into the net, allowing the Dutch to retake their 2-point lead. And that one lands in. They've made quite a few errors on serve. Short into the net, some of them long. And that one, did it just find the line? And No, it didn't. Just out. And then Álvaro Filho striking straight into the net as well. So the second change of ends, an 8-6 Dutch lead. A bit of a break from all the running around with those two serves. Somehow got there, Brouwer. Meeuwsen won't get there that time, though. Alexander Brouwer's field play is getting better and better in this contest. Meeuwsen almost faked for the big hammer blow and then just hounded over the top of the blocker and able to get it to land just inside the court. Oh, Brouwer denied that time. Vitor Felipe letting out a humongous scream, knowing how big that point could be, how big every point is in this competition in the knockout round. The serve long though from Álvaro Filho. He's made a few errors on his service now. The Dutch keeping the Brazilians at bay for now. A 1-point lead, then a 2-point lead, point by point. The Brazilians reduced the deficit to 1 again. It's so much power in those big spikes, Vitor Felipe. Meeuwsen's got no shortage of power too. Too much for Vitor Felipe to deal with on that occasion. The Dutch have that 2-point lead back. It has been point for quite some time. They are edging closer, but this one is too close for comfort. Álvaro Filho finds the line just. And that exchange of points continues as we enter the technical timeout. Brazil get within 1 again. Back and forth between these two sets of big hitters. Brazil having taken the first set, hoping to seal their place in the last 16. Brouwer and Meeuwsen, the defending world champions, hoping to keep the defence of their title alive. Having lost the first 21-19, they lead at the technical timeout in the second, 11-10. They haven't yet been given this type of a test, Brouwer and Meeuwsen, since winning the world title 2 years ago in Poland. Straight sets wins in all 3 of their pool matches. First over Huber and Zeidel of Austria, then Salinas and Tobar of Chile. And then they passed their biggest test, beating Nikolai and Lupo with flying colours, 22-20, 21-18. And this is the first time they found themselves a set down at these World Championships. Brouwer's power again, too hot to handle for Álvaro Filho, and that one deflected all the way outside the arena almost. very nearly had to fish that one out of the port. Kept alive at the net by Brazil and placed across to the near side by Vitor Felipe. Brouwer had gone the other way, anticipating the shot down the line. Makes a move to the right there, Brouwer. Leaves that big open space. Does it again here. Thought they were going to go down the line. And that one's wide of the mark from Brouwer. Back-to-back Brazilian points to get level. They had to fight through that really tough pool, the Dutch, because they were only seeded 20th of the competition, despite coming in as the defending champions and being the top-ranked team on the FIVB World Tour. But that's because the seedings were done all the way back in March, and they had to deal with an injury-plagued 2014 season. They have responded superbly in 2015. Silvers in China and Switzerland, gold in the major event in Croatia earlier this month. They want a medal at the World Championships. Brazil are doing their very best to deny them that. Level it up at 13. We'll get very nervy, very edgy, very tense in this arena the closer we get to the finish of this second set. That's one way to alleviate the tension. Alexander Brouwer right behind it. The Dutch nudge themselves back ahead again. You can see Álvaro Filho feeling every point, every emotion. It's a large part of play at this stage of the tournament, in this type of competition, controlling emotions as well as the physical aspect of the game. The Dutch giving up a point on their serve again into the net. We are level at 14. And now those two men in orange facing the sun. It is starting to dip away behind the arena though, maybe a little easier now for the players. Kept up by Álvaro Filho, tipped over by Vitor Felipe. The rally goes on. And Felipe comes up with a big block. Brazil edge ahead, and they're 6 points away from a place in the last 16. Just a 1 point Brazilian lead, but Brouwer and Meeuwsen not happy with what they're seeing, what they're doing at the moment. Going to call a timeout. And going to try and stem the flow of this Brazilian offense and talk things through a bit. Maybe make a few adjustments. They're really down in the hole right now, having lost the first set. They need to turn this second set around. Otherwise, we aren't going to have a new world champion. Defeated 21-19 in the first set, trailing 15-14 in the second. The Brazilians can see the light at the end of the tunnel. They can see themselves in the draw for the last 16, but there's still an awful lot of work to do. What an achievement that would be for a new team as well. Two Brazilians who both started full-time on the tour in 2013. They've both got a couple of gold medals in their trophy cabinets. Vitor winning in Berlin and Charmen in 2013. Álvaro winning in Gstaad in 2013 as well, and in Poland last season. And playing together for the first time on the tour this season and hoping to knock off the defending world champions, but they will refuse to let them get away in this second set. Looked like it might be a big block from Meeuwsen, but he got the ball caught between himself and the net. Couldn't figure it out. Touchdown by Vitor Felipe, and they feel that's a huge point for them because it creates a 2-point gap and it takes them only 4 away. 2 men playing in only their 5th World Tour event as a team. 9th in Switzerland, Russia and Croatia. A disappointing 25th in Norway last month. They are 4 points away from defeating the defending world champions. The Dutch having to figure out the net again, but doing a much better job of it this time. Way too long from Alexander Brouwer. Maybe just getting a little overzealous, maybe a little tired, maybe just overestimating how much he needed to put in there. No mistake that time from Brouwer though. Straight at Álvaro Filho, who couldn't deal with it. The Dutch back within 1 again. The 2 teams will change ends, and this tantalising second set will go on. With a huge spike to draw the defending champions level. He planted this one into the corner. And with real authority. Actually went the left side of Álvaro Filho. Maybe wasn't expecting it that way. Timeout called with the second set level at 18. It is so tense in this arena now as the defending champions try and remain in the competition. Both sides just 3 points away in this second set. If it goes the way of the Brazilians, they will knock out the defending champions. If it goes the way of the Dutch, they will force a deciding set, which would be 1st to 15. Listen to the encouragement from the home fans now. And they get the go-ahead point. Robert Meeuwsen rising high to deny Vitor Felipe, who's frustrated. Felipe trying to answer back, helped up, kept alive by Álvaro Filho. He's going to try and finish. Meeuwsen now, somehow denied by Álvaro. The rally goes on. Tremendous finish to this second set, and it's Brazil who take the point. Vitor Felipe's soft touch doing the damage to the Dutch. Calmest man in the arena with that finish. Then the emotions let to run out. All the fans in this arena have risen to their feet. And give the Brazilians some credit for putting on such a performance in this atmosphere. Brouwer gives the Dutch a set point and a chance to force the decider. So raucous and rowdy finish to the second set in Rotterdam. Vitor Felipe denies the set point in emphatic fashion. That huge spike shutting down the noise from the crowd for a few seconds, but only for a few seconds. Meeuwsen. And the Dutch have a second chance to win the set. They're having to show the heart of champions right now. And then Meeuwsen firing the serve straight into the net. We are level again, 21-21. It is win by 2 clear points, so first to 23 it becomes. And the fans now just won't sit down. Trying so desperately to get behind their team. What a serve that was from Álvaro Filho. And it is match point for Brazil. Álvaro Filho so close to getting his revenge for that defeat in the final in Poland to Brouwer and Meeuwsen 2 years ago. You can see his celebrations there. He's back on serve to try and finish the job. And it's too long from Álvaro Filho, and we are neck and neck again. It was one of the headline matchups in the round of 32, and it's proving to be just that. Somehow kept up by Vitor Felipe. Killed all the power. Over the top and in. They have another chance to take it to a decider. Meeuwsen finding the line. Will it be third set point lucky for Holland? Well, no, because there's an error on service again. Meeuwsen and Brouwer both guilty in that respect. (23-23). How about the block from Vitor Felipe? Second chance to win this contest for Brazil. The crowd quietened again for a few seconds. And you can tell now how tense this is. Half of them trying to get behind their team, half of them can't do anything but hold their hands to their mouths and hope. Somehow Álvaro Filho keeps it alive. Brouwer denied by Vitor Felipe. And look what it means for Álvaro Filho, who was so disappointed in the final 2 years ago in Poland against Brouwer and Meeuwsen. He's got his payback. The defending champions bow out of the competition in the round of 32. Robert Meeuwsen needing to give his partner a helping hand to pick him up just for the handshakes. They lose it in straight sets, 21-19, 25-23. So disappointing to take for those two, and for the 2,000 fans in this arena who will give the defending champions a warm send-off here. But we will have new champions at the FIVB Beach Volleyball World Championships. And Álvaro Filho and Vitor Felipe have given themselves a chance of reaching the podium now. They've shown what they can do against a team who hadn't lost a set in the competition. Álvaro Filho, like a man possessed at times in trying to get his payback. And it is Brazil who take it in straight sets and advance to the final 16. So a straight sets victory for Álvaro Filho and Vitor Felipe of Brazil in a time of 50 minutes. A second set that went by far and beyond the distance. So little between the two teams, but it is the Brazilians who come out on top, and we can hear from the winning team now.
Congratulations, guys. Álvaro, you upset the whole country.
I think Netherlands have to have proud about these guys, because they are really good. They are the actual world championships. I played the last final against them, and I know how tough it is to play against these guys. I think Netherlands has proud of them, because they are good guys, good athletes, and I respect them a lot.
What were you thinking at the end of the second set?
I said to Vitor that he was leading the set, and we have to stay with that leading. And I said to him, we have to serve, because they are big guys, and we are not the biggest ones in beach volleyball. And then I said to Vitor, yeah, we have to serve better. We have to try to make an ace, or try to broke the reception. And I think he did this really well, Vitor.
Thank you, guys.
Álvaro Filho certainly rose to the towering challenge of taking down the defending world champions and getting his payback, and they move through to the final 16 to face the impressive Mexican team Virgen and Ontiveros. What a match that should be. It's been double Dutch despair here this evening. The defending champions dumped out in the round of 32 in the port of Rotterdam. It's revenge for Brazil as they sail into the last 16.
Aan de 3 Nederlandse teams die vandaag in actie zijn gekomen. Vitor